Chosen one. Someone fell in love with you. Not with your age, not with your appearance, not with what you used to be. With you, the real you, the depth of you, the soul of you. And what God ordained between you and this person cannot be stopped. Not by time, not by people, not by the numbers on a calendar, not by anyone who doesn't understand it. What God writes, no human can erase. They questioned it. When people saw what was forming between you, they talked, they whispered, they raised eyebrows, they made comments you were never supposed to hear. Too old, too young, too different, it will never work. What do they even have in common? They said it, all of it, loudly, confidently, like they had any authority over what God was building, like their opinion had any power over a divine connection, like love ever asked permission from the majority before arriving. But here is what they forgot. God has never consulted public opinion before ordaining something. He never checked if the timing made sense to people. He never asked if the age gap was acceptable. He never waited for the crowd to approve before writing two souls into each other's story. He just did it, purposefully, intentionally, powerfully. And what he did, nobody can undo. Why God brought you together despite the odds? Because he doesn't see what people see. People see age. God sees alignment. People see difference. God sees design. People see obstacles. God sees purpose. He didn't bring this person into your life by accident. He didn't let your paths cross randomly. He didn't allow this love to grow without intention behind it. Everything about this connection was orchestrated. The timing of when you met, the circumstances that brought you together, the way you understood each other in ways that had nothing to do with age and everything to do with souls. Because souls don't have birthdays. Souls don't have expiration dates. Souls recognize each other. Across every difference, across every gap, across every obstacle the world tries to place between them. And when two souls recognize each other the way yours did, that is not coincidence. That is God.
What this love feels like. It feels different from anything before. Not chaotic. Not confusing. Not filled with the anxiety of wondering if it is real. It feels like peace. Like certainty. Like finally exhaling after holding your breath for years. It feels like home. Like someone who sees you completely. Without filters. Without pretense. Without the version of yourself you perform for the world. They see the real you. The unpolished you. The complicated you. The beautifully imperfect you. And they chose that. Not despite it, because of it. That kind of love doesn't come from compatibility on paper. It comes from connection at the soul level. And soul-level connections cannot be explained by age, cannot be measured by years, cannot be judged by people who have never felt it themselves. What the enemy tried to use against you, he used the opinions of others, hoping the voices would get loud enough to make you walk away from something God gave you. He used insecurity, whispering that you were too old, too far gone, too past the season for this kind of love. He used comparison, showing you other couples, other timelines, other love stories that looked more conventional, more accepted, more understood by the people around you, hoping you would trade what was real for what was comfortable. He used fear, fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of what people would say at family gatherings, fear of walking into rooms together and feeling the stares. And maybe it worked for a moment. Maybe you doubted. Maybe you pulled back. Maybe you almost let go of something that God specifically placed in your hands. But you didn't. Not completely, because something in you knew that this was real, that this was ordained, that walking away from it would be walking away from what God wrote for you. And you were right. What God is saying about this love right now. I ordained this before either of you understood what was happening, before the first conversation, before the first moment of recognition. I wrote this. I planned this. I brought you to each other on purpose, not for the world's approval, for your wholeness, for your healing, for your purpose. This person carries something you need, and you carry something they need. And together, you are more aligned with your assignment than you ever were apart. Do not let the noise outside drown out the peace inside. The peace you feel with them is my confirmation that this is right, that this is real, that this is ordained. Age was never the qualification. Alignment was. And you are aligned.
What people will eventually see, they will watch this love unfold, and slowly the whispers will quiet, the eyebrows will lower, the comments will stop, not because you convince them, because time will show them what God already knew. They will see the stability, the depth, the genuine care between you. They will see two people who chose each other, not out of desperation, not out of convenience, out of something real, something lasting, something that doesn't make sense by the world's standards, but makes complete sense by God's. And some of them will come to you privately and admit they were wrong, that they judged too quickly, that they underestimated what God was doing. And others will never admit it, but they will know. And you won't need them to say it, because you will already be living in the fullness of everything they said would never work. What this love is going to produce, not just happiness between two people, purpose. This connection was not just for your comfort, it was for your calling. Together, you will build things, create things, impact things that neither of you could have done alone. The gifts in you will be activated by their presence. The gifts in them will be activated by yours. And what comes out of this union will carry the fingerprint of God all over it, because that is what happens when God ordains a connection. It doesn't just bless the two people involved, it blesses everyone those two people touch. Your love story is bigger than you realize. It always was. What you must do now, stop apologizing for this love. Stop explaining it to people who have already decided not to understand. Stop shrinking in public because you fear the stares. Stop letting other people's discomfort become your prison. Walk in this openly, with confidence, with the quiet certainty of someone who knows that God authored this, and what God authors needs no human approval. Protect this connection.
from outside voices that want to plant seeds of doubt, from people who love you but cannot see what God is doing, from the enemy who knows the power of what you carry together and will stop at nothing to separate it. Guard it, nurture it, choose it every single day.
What no one tells you about love that defies the odds. Every great love story ever told was questioned by someone, was opposed by someone, was called impossible by someone. Because love that is truly ordained never fits neatly into the boxes people build. It never follows the expected timeline. It never arrives in the expected package. It never makes sense to people who are watching from the outside. Because ordained love is not built for outside eyes. It is built for the two souls living inside it. And those two souls know something the outside world doesn't. They know what it feels like in the quiet moments, when no one is watching, when no one is commenting, when it is just the two of them and everything feels exactly right. That feeling, that undeniable rightness, is not something age creates. It is something God creates. And no amount of outside noise can make a God-created feeling feel wrong. What this person saw in you that others missed, they didn't see your age, they saw your soul. They didn't see your past, they saw your potential. They didn't see your flaws, they saw your faithfulness. They didn't see what the world tried to reduce you to. They saw what God placed inside you, the depth, the wisdom, the love you carry so freely, the strength you wear so quietly, the light that comes out of you even in your darkest moments. They saw all of it, and they chose it, not reluctantly, not out of pity, not out of convenience, with everything in them, deliberately, completely. And that choosing was God working through them to show you something you had forgotten, that you are worth choosing, fully, completely, without conditions, without reservations, without apology. What no one tells you about love that defies the odds. Every great love story ever told was questioned by someone, was opposed by someone, was called impossible by someone. Because love that is truly ordained never fits neatly into the boxes people build. It never follows the expected timeline. It never arrives in the expected package. It never makes sense to people who are watching from the outside. Because ordained love is not built for outside eyes. It is built for the two souls living inside it. And those two souls know something the outside world doesn't. They know what it feels like in the quiet moments, when no one is watching, when no one is commenting, when it is just the two of them, and everything feels exactly right. That feeling, that undeniable rightness, is not something age creates. It is something God creates, and no amount of outside noise can make a God-created feeling feel wrong. What this person saw in you that others missed, they didn't see your age, they saw your soul. They didn't see your past, they saw your potential. They didn't see your flaws, they saw your faithfulness. They didn't see what the world tried to reduce you to. They saw what God placed inside you, the depth, the wisdom, the love you carry so freely, the strength you wear so quietly, the light that comes out of you even in your darkest moments. They saw all of it, and they chose it, not reluctantly, not out of pity,
not out of convenience, with everything in them, deliberately, completely. And that choosing was God working through them to show you something you had forgotten, that you are worth choosing, fully, completely, without conditions, without reservations, without apology. What happened in the Spirit before you ever met, long before your first conversation, God was preparing this. He was working on their heart, removing walls that needed to come down, healing wounds that needed to close, building capacity for the kind of love that you needed to receive. And He was working on your heart too, removing bitterness from old seasons, healing places that old pain had touched, building your ability to receive what He was about to send. He was ordering steps, arranging circumstances, positioning people and places so that at exactly the right moment, in exactly the right way, your worlds would collide. Not randomly, not accidentally, by divine appointment. And everything that happened in your life before this, every heartbreak, every closed door, every season of loneliness, every relationship that didn't work, was preparation for this person, for this love, for this season. God was building you both for each other, long before either of you knew the other existed.
What the age difference actually represents. People look at the numbers. God looks at the purpose. And sometimes God brings together two people from different seasons of life because each one carries something the other needs. Not just emotionally, spiritually. One carries wisdom earned through years of living. The other carries a freshness, a perspective, a way of seeing the world that reawakens things in the other. Together, they create a balance, a completeness, that people of the same age, the same background, the same season of life could never produce between them. The difference is not a flaw in the design, it is the design. God knew exactly what He was doing when He brought two different seasons together, and what they create between them is richer, deeper, more layered than anything that could have come from a more conventional pairing. That is not a consolation, that is a gift. A word for the one who almost walked away. There was a moment, maybe more than one, where you almost ended it, where the outside pressure got so heavy that walking away felt like the only option, where you convinced yourself that the judgment wasn't worth it, that the love wasn't worth it, that it would be easier to just let go and find something the world approved of. You stood at that edge, and something stopped you. Maybe it was a conversation, maybe it was a moment of clarity, maybe it was just the thought of life without them that felt more unbearable than any judgment from outside. Whatever stopped you was God, holding you in place because He knew what was at stake. He knew what would be lost if you walked away from what He wrote, and He intervened, quietly, gently, but powerfully, and you stayed. And that staying was one of the most courageous things you have ever done, because it is easy to love when the world approves. It takes a different kind of strength to love when the world questions, to choose someone when the crowd says don't, to hold on when letting go would be easier. You did that, and God honored it and will continue to honor it in ways you are only beginning to see.
What is coming for this love? Seasons of peace so deep that the chaos of what people said will feel like a distant memory. Moments of joy so full that you will forget there was ever a time you questioned this. Growth so visible that even the people who doubted will acknowledge what God did. A partnership so strong that it becomes a testimony, not just for you,
for every person watching who is in a love that the world doesn't understand, who needed to see that it was possible, that God-ordained love cannot be stopped by age, by opinion, by anything. Your love story is becoming a testimony, and testimonies are meant to be seen, meant to encourage, meant to show the world that God is not limited by the boxes people build, that His plans don't require human approval, that what He writes is always more beautiful than what people would have chosen for you. Final word. Someone fell in love with you, and age could not stop it. Distance could not stop it. Opinion could not stop it, because God ordained it. And when God ordains something, nothing has the authority to stop it. Not time, not people, not circumstances, not the loudest voices in the room. What He wrote between you is permanent. What He designed in this connection is purposeful. What He planned for your love story is more beautiful than anything the world tried to talk you out of. Walk into it fully, without apology, without fear, without one eye still on what people think, because this is yours. God gave it to you, and it is more than enough. In the comments write, "Age will never stop what God ordained," or the number 444, or "God wrote my love story." Subscribe and stay close. Chosen one, someone fell in love with you, and God smiled when they did, because He knew that was always the plan. Amen.